folks, to another episode of the BWP series. I'm here again with Dr. Dennis Ando of Clarendon Health International. Welcome, Doctor.
Thank you, Papa.
And today,
good to see you again.
Good to see you too. Today we want to talk about sex. Does it have any benefits? Is it important? Does it affect our health or lifestyle positively or negatively? Doc, there have been a lot of jokes and a lot of WhatsApp messages and a lot of interesting introspections around the subject. Is it true that sex has any benefit at all?
Okay, so let me start by mentioning the functions of sex, how God created it. So we have for procreation. I think that's one of the most important functions. The human race will be extinct, so you have to sort of bring offsprings through the act of sex. So it's also quite important. And I think it's also for pleasure, right? So people are in relationships, people get married, and through sex they achieve happiness and joy and all those things. So it is also a way that kind of bring people together in a sort of a union and all that. So sex is an extremely important part for survival of the human race. Without it, I think the human race will be extinct. That's why a lot of religious bodies are very apprehensive about people having homosexuality and all those stuff. It's a very controversial topic, but as I'm sure even in Ghana, people are extremely, people's argument is that if people are just going to be homosexual, then how are they going to procreate and then ensure the survival of the human race? So generally, sex is very, very important. But I know there have been a lot of bad misconceptions and all that, but I think overall sex is good for health. There have been a lot of studies, countless number of them. In Ghana you've not had any though, but all over in Europe, in America, there have been a lot of studies on specific areas. First, they look at the effect of sex on hypertension, heart diseases and all. And most of the studies that they've done say that couples who have more sex have less risk of getting hypertension, diabetes, heart attacks and strokes, which is a very interesting statistics. All things being equal, who have more sex are more healthy. Secondly, they realize that men who have more sex have twice less risk of getting a heart attack. So that means that sex is actually good. A lot of hormones, a lot of chemicals are released during sex, and then it is good. People also say sex is a form of exercise. I'm sure a lot of people share their experience in that direction and all. So definitely, it's also good. People sweat, people burn energy, and it's also a way of burning calories and all those things. Again, for men, it's a little bit controversial, but I think the information out there is that men who have more sex have less risk of prostate cancer. Ghana, one of the commonest cancers in men is prostate cancer. So then it's a big issue, and then the argument is that people who have more sex have less risk of prostate cancer, which is a plus. So it's also good. Again, women who have more sex have a strong pelvic floor and less risk of bladder diseases and bladder incontinence and all, which is also a plus as well. So overall, sex is good. It also improves sleep. People who have more sex have less insomnia. In the research that they've done, I think they compared the sleep patterns of a couple of people, and they asked them simple questions about their sex behaviors, and they realized that people who have had more sex, overall they are quite healthy, less issues. So sex is good. But of course, it's about responsible sexual behavior, isn't it? It's not because sex is good that you just keep jumping on everybody that
jumping on the bandwagon and just showing your wild oats all over the place.
Exactly. So the key is to be having, because of course they are sexually transmitted diseases.
Of course.
You have gonorrhea, you have syphilis, and of course HIV. So it means that if you have a very responsible sexual behavior, people talk about using condoms, being faithful, abstinence, and all those things. But generally, in overall, all these data points to the fact that people or couples who have more sex are extremely more healthy. So we encourage more guys to have more sex. Of
have
course,
regular sex with a regular partner.
Exactly. But in a more responsible
Responsible
fashion.
fashion. Well, thanks for that, Dr. Ado. Next, we'll be talking about alcohol. My alcoholic brothers out there, talking about alcohol.
Sure.